is Colin Dijs, and in this video you'll see a replay of a live masterclass I did on campaign reviews. So you'll see a bunch of my students live on a class reviewing their campaigns. So I hope you enjoyed. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up and check out the next part when they come available. Enjoy. Okay, now go back to MGID because I have questions. I see a hop count of 606. Yes. Now we go to MGID. And I see a total spend on this campaign of 569, which would come to... Oh, can we go back one step in the campaign, just so I see the overall campaign data? Yes, 606 hops, and we had 10,000 clicks. Whew, that's garbage. Yeah, that's really poor. So that's like 5% click-through rate, a little less, right? Well, maybe a little over 5%. 5% click-through rate on your lender. Yeah. What kind of lender are you using? For yourself?
Yes.
Okay. You don't need to show it. That's fine. I have more questions, however. Something is missing in Aaron's flow. Very sad. What is it? 10,000 clicks from the ad to the lender. Yet 600 clicks, so that's a 5% click-through rate, which would already be extremely low on the offer, because the offer only has 600 hops, of probably which 50 is Aaron himself, right? Because this guy likes to test his flows. Okay. What is he missing, though? Come on, guys. Let's use our brains for once, maybe twice. Some of you guys have been strong today. Mr. Santos. One of the more experienced media buyers here. Yes, Mr. Santos. Please unmute yourself. Yeah, we need to talk. What is missing here? Okay, 10,000 clicks. Yeah, or let's say 10,500.
Yeah.
You see, 10,243. Then he has a 5% click-through rate on his lender. So the lender has about 600 clicks. Yeah? 1 in 20. How could he get more clicks to the offer?
Maybe he have to bid higher.
No.
That's more creative.
Everything could be the same and he could still get a lot more clicks to the offer.
Okay. He had to cut the ads that have low CTR and improve that. I think this
improve the teasers along the way. Yes, that would be beneficial.
Yeah.
Would get him maybe 10-20% at this stage additional traffic. You are correct. It's not the answer I'm looking for. I'm looking for maybe 4,000 additional clicks to the offer, which could make him a lot more conversions. So 4,000, Aaron, that is a lot, right? So we're looking for a major mistake.
On that flow, he could put a pre-sale in that flow.
There is a pre-sale in the flow.
I already have?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the pre-sale here is the bridge page, yeah, because Vitor is a luxury media buyer. He owns the offers, so they don't need to use a bridge, but Aaron is using a bridge.
Okay.
So many questions, so little answers.
I will put more creatives in that.
You cannot change anything to this campaign. Something is missing, but what is it? Who here has a feeling that they know the answer? Because this is reading the data, right? We need to practice. Yes, Alana, let's give it a shot. Thanks, Vitor.
Would shot the button redirect?
Yes, 100%. Aaron, is there a back button redirect script on this campaign, on the lender? I don't think so. Yes? Okay, let's test it. Now he's nervous.
Oh, I clicked the wrong one.
Have you tested it before the link?
Yes.
Yes? Send it in the Zoom chat. Oh, you can test it yourself, yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh. And this is the offer, yeah, with your correct affiliate link and everything.
Yep.
Okay, so it was there. Now we go back to the drawing board, because now it is there. There could be another mistake. So how likely, Aaron, is it that 10,000 people click on the ad, go to the lender, right? The back button redirect works, yet they are not sent to the offer because it has only 5% click-through rate. Yes?
How likely? I think it's not very likely.
So the question is, do we know that the back button works? Well, you just showed us it works. But the question is, how does it work? Do you know how it works?
Works through the script that we put in.
Well, yes. And how does the script work? So
Whenever
it's like the code is a action reaction kind of thing, right? So somebody clicks on the ad, goes to the lender, clicks on the back button, gets redirected. Is that correct?
Yes.
No.
No.
Something's missing. Is that not how the script works? So who knows how the code works? Very important. You guys all put it on your landing pages. If you don't know how the code works, then now we would have a gap in our analysis. And we need to fill in this gap to make a proper analysis. So how would the script work? Ankur?
I think we'll have to put one sub ID equal to BB type so that you can differentiate.
That would be nice to differentiate the data on the analytics report, but it's not required because they would still be sent and it would still be tracked under the normal affiliate link.
Colin, I just noticed something, like this one is a different sub ID than this one.
Is it one of your different accounts, one of the other
Yes.
accounts? Yeah. Okay, so that's probably, we'll see hella clicks on this one probably in the reporting. Look, there they are, right? So that's your back button clicks.
Yeah, those will all be back button clicks.
Yeah. So now, so 767 back button clicks. It's still not 4,000, which I said. Why not? That's a good question. We have one gap in our analysis and we cannot continue until we fill this gap. So you have found that it is working, the back button script, right? But how does it work? Why? Please assist us. How does the script work? Because that's a problem, yes. I give you the code and you don't know how it works, but you should know how it works because now we cannot complete our analysis. I couldn't, if you would send me this campaign and I don't know how the script works, I cannot complete my analysis. I'm stuck. Anybody has any idea how this works? Just a random thought. Well, you cannot read it from the script because it's just code. So you don't have to open the script. Okay, so with code, yes, I said an action needs to happen before something else can happen, yes? When you hit the back button, it's not in the code because this is the browser, right? So the browser needs to receive a signal that the back button is activated to go back for this specific user, right? The hosting provider needs to know that the user is on the lander, right? And the user needs to trigger the script. So that means any engagement on the lander, a scroll, a click, a highlight, yes? Once this happens, the back button fires once you click back. If you don't do anything in incognito as a new user, you click back, it will just take you back. It will not fire the script if there's no activity. Very important, yes? So now we have 10,500 clicks, 700 back button redirect fires, and 600 clicks. So that would be like 11% click-through rate, right? About 10% click-through rate. What happened with the other 90%? Let's say 50% is simply not interested because your page looks like crap, right? Then we have 39% remaining. What happened with that 39%?
lot traffic from low quality bids?
Yeah, goodness, I just stopped your camera because you're laying in bed. I don't think that's appropriate. Yes, low traffic from low quality bids. That's the only, normally it's an assumption, but now we have gone through the rabbit hole, right, to that point where we could say, based on our analysis, this is such low quality traffic that the only, because it's not 100 clicks, we're talking about 600 clicks here, right? 600 clicks that don't do any interaction on the page. On the unlikely to likely scale, is that, well, extremely unlikely, right? And if something is extremely unlikely, it must be inhuman behavior, right? And I'm not talking about demons, I'm talking about bots, right? So yeah, there you go. Low bid in this example resulted in very low quality of traffic, and you're scraping the bottom of the ocean, right? And that's something that when you try to scrape the bottom of the ocean, you get a lot of trash, which goes hand in hand. It's not always the case, right? But 4.9 cents is still relatively low, see, relatively low to 35 cents, but 15 is as well. 15 is still low compared to 35, but it's not as low as 5. So just find the middle ground there. But it's amazing, right? Because now we spent about 1 hour almost, right? 45 minutes. You spent $500 and you learned like 100 things. And that's basically what you should think of as a media buyer. Spend the money, spend it, right? But then once you have the data, go over each data point and try to find what went wrong, take your learnings and move on. Instead of just launching a new campaign, throwing shit against the wall again, and you have no fucking clue what you're doing. Because that's how media buyers roll these days. That's what I'm trying to teach. And Elena, not to hook on you, but this was what I tried to explain last time, right? We need to understand what we're doing. And I don't want to show you guys campaigns, hype you up with results you'll never get because you don't understand what you're doing, right? Because I was on a call after Elena spoke to me. I truly believed him. I went on another guy's coaching call who also teaches native. It was absolute garbage. It was just like, it was only 45 minutes, but it was like all hype. Everybody was super excited, but when the questions came like on a Q&A, they had no fucking clue what was going on. And through this, you'll be able to understand why things happen, connect the dots, and then become a better media buyer. Although sometimes maybe a little bit boring. Double thumbs up. All right, Aaron, any questions we have on this or now Claire?
I do have questions. So I started off low, trying to knock out some of those low quality widgets. If I was to increase my bid, does that automatically put me into higher quality widgets, or am I just paying more for low quality widgets?
Both. You would be paying more for low quality widgets and you would accumulate more high quality widgets at the same time and therefore spend more. You're targeting US tier 1 on a relatively low budget campaign, right? Which basically means it would take a lot of cash flow to go through the initial dirt and exclude that. And when I say go through the initial dirt, if you don't have a blacklist or a whitelist, probably about $15,000, which for most of you is too much far of a stretch. And therefore we say, as a beginner, don't run tier 1 US. Not because it's expensive, but because there's an insane supply. Paolo Roncini, Mr. Supply, right? So on that example, like the puzzle pieces, they all come together, right? And it's really great that now you have a good overview what that actually means, right? Because if people say don't run tier 1 US, you're like, okay, because it's expensive. Not necessarily. It depends on what your approach is. But your initial thought of wiping out the low quality assets first could work amazing in Belgium, where you only have 2 million impressions a day, right? And not where you have like 400 million impressions a day, because it's going to stretch your cash flow times 200. Who here has a campaign in Bosnia running? I reviewed a campaign before. Today was in Bosnia. Yeah, Murat, was you? Well, he picked obviously a great country.